Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Many of you may have seen the commotion that happened on Capitol Hill Wednesday during the Hunter Biden hearings. This type of event can bring discouragement and frustration to many who, although they see abundant evidence that points to criminal activity and to what some might consider treasonous behavior, they rarely see perpetrators brought to account for their crimes. As I watched a clip of Hunter Biden exiting the hearing room, the Lord reminded me of a word he gave me back on August 18th of 2023. In it, he highlighted the Hunter Biden scandal and the word justice, and gave me this verse from Psalm 37. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret, it leads only to evil. For those who are evil will be destroyed, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the land. A little while and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found. But the meek will inherit the land and enjoy peace and prosperity. And then I heard him say this.
Justice appears to have been left unattended, for surely are the wicked yet to be held accountable for their now obvious crimes against this nation. So while much of their underhanded dealings have already been exposed, still are those who committed high crimes and even treason found denying that they have done anything wrong. And so, as if abandoned, does justice sit, for the seats meant to be held by the upright and ethical are instead filled with villains and scoundrels, and those who despise this nation called America. So though to her did they pledge their allegiance, these liars only ever had larceny in their hearts, and as such has this whole lot stabbed justice right in the back, and sought to make a mockery of her good name. See then have these obstructionists looked for every opportunity to impede her path, and thus keep justice from prevailing at any cost. And so is the rule of law continually ignored, for indeed evil was allowed to become deeply entrenched in this nation, as those who were sent to uphold America's freedoms and enforce her laws have failed to do either. And so without shame do these dissenters openly subvert justice out in the public square, as they view themselves as being above the laws which are meant to govern every citizen of this nation, regardless of family lineage or political title. Yet at this point in time, it would appear that those who are at the forefront of this latest political scandal shall once again avoid any real penalties for their crimes. For surely did they stack the deck in advance so as to ensure theirs is the winning hand. Then like an orphaned waif is justice now found, as even those who have proclaimed her dear have in their hearts already abandoned her. For while in the midst of the assembly these lawmakers speak to her virtues, yet behind closed doors are some of them actually plotting against her. Indeed, are they themselves covered from head to toe with a thick layer of corruption. Thus are these striving to keep their own evil deeds from being exposed. So though the majority of the citizenry long to see justice upheld, that minority which assumed control of their nation are strenuously working to prevent this outcome from manifesting, and as such shall go to any lengths to undermine the will of this people, even if that means resorting to blackmail or murder, or even trumping up false charges against the innocent. For these scoundrels are only concerned with saving their own skin. Then upon their soapboxes do these saboteurs stand, professing with their mouths to be American loyalists. However, they sold their souls to that dark spirit Mammon, and so it is to his throne alone that these have pledged their allegiance. Thus do they habitually yield to his evil suggestions, even if that requires breaking a few laws. For as history has proven, most who hold seats in the upper echelons of power are rarely ever brought to justice, though criminals they be. Ah, but have they forgotten there is a higher court to which they are beholden? That means that one way or another, justice shall be served, as a person's title, position, or family lineage bears no weight upon the verdicts I render. Therefore, should a guilty man avoid adjudication in this life, in the realm of my kingdom, all shall give an account for how they live their lives, and thereby will this arrogant lot receive their just rewards. Sadly, then, it is only woe that these shall know, for surely have their hearts been hardened against me. And so have I seen that these shall depart from this life without offering any form of repentance. This is simply the outcome for man when he is deeply vested in evil. Thus have quite a few in this pack of obstructionists already crossed the point of no return, and so their eternal fate is already sealed, for they have exhausted every opportunity for redemption. And so like a thief in the night shall I come and snatch them away, for none can avoid the call of death when it beckons them onward. See then, shall justice finally have her day, for none is able to avoid her once eternity's threshold is crossed over. Therefore, dear ones, do not become troubled over the current state of affairs in your nation, for surely is it my hand exposing the wicked and the corrupt. However, my actions are not simply to bring about the vindication of America, but I am moving to bring down that globalist cabal to which those at your nation's helm have bowed, as they are the ones pulling the strings of many who hold high seats of power in not only America, but around the world. Hear me then, beloved, and cast aside every preconceived notion about how my promised reclamation shall unfold, as your limited understanding lacks the comprehension to envision the full scope of my plan. For surely do each of you only see in part. Remain confident then that what was promised shall be accomplished, as I never go back on my word. Therefore be encouraged this day, dear ones, for surely you are about to experience a greater degree of my goodness amongst the living.
Thanks again for joining me today.